welcome. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Heather Houston and I'm with Unity Real Estate, and I'm here with Anthony Hernandez, who is with Veritas Funding, who is an incredible loan officer.
Thank you.
And so I wanted to interview him and ask him a couple questions to educate, especially first-time home buyers, in the process of looking at a home, what it takes to get pre-qualified, and really some myths and concerns that I found that a lot of people have. So the first question that I wanted to ask you that I've noticed is people think that they have to have the perfect credit score or all their ducks lined up in a row before they can really meet with you and talk to somebody about their finances. And some people kind of shy away from talking about money and feel like they have to have the perfect down payment too. So what would you say about credit, the needs for what credit score they need to have, and then also committing to the process too?
So great questions. Yeah, those are very commonly asked questions. And here's the ultimate truth is it's kind of a good, better, best with credit score. Yes, it would be amazing if everyone had 800 credit score
Right.
and had all this money to put down for a house, but we also know that's not realistic. And so there's lots of different loan programs out there that you don't need that perfect credit score for.
Yes.
Typically what you find is for favorable loan conditions and loan terms, 580 is as low as some loans will go. 580 to like 620, you can get a loan. The terms might have a few extra little guidelines to it and little rules that we need to meet. But once you get above 620, it's pretty good either way. And so, that kind of really opens it up, which I think helps a lot of people, because people think that you have to have above 700 and stuff, and that's just not true.
Right, exactly. And then one of the things that people have been asking me too is they thought that every time they go through the process with you that it's a hard credit pull, it affects their credit negatively, and they're trying so hard to increase their credit score that they're afraid that will like take them backwards. So
yeah, that is a very common question as well. And we do hard pulls.
Right.
Typically what we'll do is we'll pull from all three credit bureaus and we'll kind of pick the middle score, and we'll use that one to base all the loan terms on. But the great thing is when it comes to mortgage loan pulls, you can pull multiple times without hurting your credit. In fact, sometimes it's even good throughout the year to have a certain amount of credit pulls, because the credit bureaus look at it as you are inquiring for more credit. You're looking to improve your credit. And so, I mean, if it's kind of like pulling, 10, 11, 12 times in a row, of course that's not good. But for us, we pull once, and that's usually good for about 120 days. And then if for some reason it goes a little bit longer than that, a second pull at that time would really not affect the credit.
Exactly. Okay, good. One of the things that I found that people do is they definitely want to improve their credit, and you are definitely somebody that can be a safe place to talk about those things, their finances, go over those privately so that they can feel safe, and like you said, kind of customize what's best for them. And then also give them tips, right, about what to do, what steps to take that can help improve their credit, rather than trying to just do it on their own and hope that it improves, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly true. I mean, we don't know how to get somewhere unless we know where we're at, right?
Yeah.
And so, there's wonderful tools out there, these third-party credit monitoring apps and things that you can do in services, but sometimes they're not exactly accurate. They can vary actually from your actual credit pull, and so it is good to do that hard pull and see, okay, this is what it really is.
Yes.
And if it's not quite where we want it to be, that's okay, because guess what? That's a lot of people that we meet with. It's a process, it's a plan. It's not necessarily, hey, we're going to meet with you today and buy a house tomorrow.
Right.
There's steps involved, and so we don't do official credit repair or things like that, but we definitely know some tips and tricks to help with credit. And if we're not really where we want to be, that's okay. We can kind of make a game plan and say, hey, there's a few little things that we can do without involving a full scale credit reporting or credit repair agency and things like that. There's a few little things that you can do to kind of get you to where you want to be. So it's definitely safe place. We don't disclose any of that to anyone, and it's more common than you think, which is a lot of people think that it's they kind of beat themselves up over it when it's it's okay. It's just part of the process.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people maybe don't realize how quickly they can improve their credit with some adjustments to maybe their debt to income ratio or credit cards, or things that you can teach them and guide them with, and actually see improvements quicker than maybe they expected. So yeah, having that game plan, knowing where you're at, knowing where to go, can really help them just move the process along and really see what they need to do next. So
Yes.
that's perfect. And then another question that I come across a lot that is a concern for people is the down payment. People think they have to have all this money to put down, and in some cases maybe that's true, but I know there's a lot of opportunity people can take advantage of that can assist them in not even needing to put a down payment down, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, ultimately, yeah, if you can bring 20%, that's great. That's awesome, yeah. But we know that not everyone can do that.
Right.
And so there are different loan programs out there that allow people to bring less of a down payment. For instance, an FHA loan only requires 3.5% down. And so there's a lot of options out there. And especially here in Utah, there are some down payment assistance programs and companies that are willing to come in and say, hey, if you fit our guidelines, we're going to go ahead and help you essentially pay your down payment for you, and then you can just pay us back over time or types of things like that. So great tools that are available that a lot of people don't know are there. You know, and it can really make the difference of getting a house, you know, now or within a couple months opposed to a couple of years.
Right, exactly. And that's why meeting with Anthony can really make a difference in that process, that plan, like we've talked about, and knowing what could be in your best interest to purchase the house and the time frame that you're looking at. Like you said, sooner rather than later if that's your goal.
Yeah.
And what I love about Anthony is he's definitely educational, because I think sometimes I hear that people in buying a home, it can be a little overwhelming, emotional sometimes, experience, and as you are guided and educated along the process, that just makes, you know, them more comfortable in knowing the whole process, what to expect next, and being educated versus this, you know, strange thing that's going to happen and not knowing what's going to happen. It just seems overwhelming for a lot of people, and I think you ease their mind, and I think it's really valuable to have somebody that you're working with that will educate you along the way so you feel comfortable in the process, especially for first-time home buyers.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, look, buying a house is, I wouldn't say it's easy, but I wouldn't say it's hard either. I would say it's particular. And there's some specifics, right? And so you don't know what you don't know. And so to meet with someone like me or any mortgage professional, you know, we want to walk you through step by step, because ultimately it might seem really overwhelming if you're not in it every day. But once you get into it and you've done it, it's kind of like, well, that wasn't so bad. Like, yeah, it was. It took a little while, but it wasn't super bad.
Yeah, and I think I would hate to have somebody avoid or pay too much money in rent every month, not look at a home that they potentially want to get because they're afraid of the process, don't even know where to begin. And so that's why I wanted to do these educational videos to support you, so that you could really learn about the whole process, about some myths, about some concerns people have, and see if that's the right step for you to take to move forward and get a home and get pre-qualified. Speaking of pre-qualification, why is it important for somebody to meet with you first? Not that you can't meet with a realtor and you should have a realtor lined up that you want to work with, but as far as the process goes of shopping and buying a home, like looking for homes first and meeting with you, why would it be beneficial to get a pre-qualification letter first and meet with you before the home buying process?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you know, you need to know kind of what your situation is and what you can get approved for. There's no point in looking at really small houses if you can get a big house, right? And that's what you want. Or maybe you're looking at big houses, but really that might be a little bit further of a reach than we'd like at this moment. And so really the pre-qualification letter and pre-qualification process is just to get a better understanding of where you're at, so you know what to look for. It makes your process and your journey looking for homes a whole lot easier because you have an idea in mind. And this way, also with the market here in Utah being very competitive, you can say, okay, well, this is how much I can get qualified for, so I'm going to aim right here in case I need to make my offer a little more aggressive or things like that. I'm not going to aim for the highest and then offer more and then end up losing the home of my dreams, kind of a thing. So it's really good to know kind of where your gauge is and you know what's going to best work out for you.
I've seen a lot of, from the buyer's standpoint, when you are putting in the offer, the seller does like to see a pre-qualification letter. Gives them confidence that where you're at, what you can afford, and that gives the seller a lot of confidence in choosing, you know, your best offer when you have that letter too. And I like to send that over to them as they have that peace of mind, knowing that you're pre-qualified, they've got a great offer, and then you can meet together and get the home that you want. So thank you, Anthony. Thank you for meeting with me today. Thank you for giving education to everybody about the whole process of getting pre-qualified, checking your credit, the down payment, all that good stuff so that you guys can decide what's the best thing for you. And we will be doing more of these videos to help give you guidance and education so that you are informed about this market and about what's right for you. So thank you for staying tuned, and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys.
See ya.